That's like the size of my head. What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. Today we are over at my buddy's Chris's house. You guys remember this guy? He had the 335, right? It was 335. He's got the IS 300 that he's working on, and he also just picked up this 135, which a few times I've been talking about possibly getting one of these in the future, and I've actually never driven one, so that's why I came over here today to check out his new build. Also, quick, if you guys want to check out what he's doing to this car and all of his other builds, I'll have his channel linked down below. But today we're going to talk a little bit about this car, why he got it, what he plans on doing to it, and then just go for a little drive and experience it. So, Chris, tell me a little bit about this car and what you got planned for it, and what can we look forward to?
All right, so yeah, I was in the market for a 135. I have alerts basically everywhere for this, for a 135. So found this one from this guy on Marketplace in Tennessee, told him to put it on pending. I said, I'm giving you what you're asking, and ended up picking up the car for right at 10 grand. I mean, it's got 109,000 miles. If you guys know this market, I stole the car, and he knew that. He kind of knew what he was selling it for. So plans are basically doing an OEM plus with maybe a big single or like dual hybrids, the biggest hybrids you can get, and see where we go from there. But right now, I'm just focusing on doing full bolt-on. You guys will see that on my channel, and then also just getting the car in really good condition, because I want this to go looks before power and reverse order from what I usually do. Just because this is a daily for me. This is kind of like what I'm using as my daily driver, even though I really don't drive it that much as it is.
For sure. He's got some really interesting things that he's going to be doing in this car that he didn't do on the 335. They're somewhat similar builds, obviously different platforms, but he's doing some pretty cool, unique, like customized stuff.
Yeah, so off of Thick's Facebook group, I found a guy that was talking about his build. I looked into his build a little bit, and I noticed he had a lot of Alcantara parts, and they looked really good, so I thought they were OEM. Well, it turns out the guy is actually doing it himself. I looked for Alcantara in the past, couldn't find it. Not genuine. You can buy fake Alcantara everywhere. So he's actually got a reseller on eBay that I found that sells genuine Alcantara with no backing is what you want for trim, so everything can snap back into place. Basically, all the trim in the car is going to be Alcantara, the pillars, anything that can get Alcantara that is not out of place is going to be Alcantara. And I'm sure John will come over and we'll do some parts with you guys and just kind of show you how that goes. Even my, like, where the bezel is here, I might do that whole thing in Alcantara, because that little section actually comes out.
Yeah.
So that'll be fun. Also rebuilding the headlights with the BAV group, which is what Bay Optics and all those people use. So we're gonna do an in-house headlight. We're gonna open them up, paint the interior gloss black, I'm sorry, and then do some new halos and all that good stuff. So that should be cool. Also had the European tail lights on here, which is called the Black Line. That's something that we did as well, because this makes the car look so much better.
I agree, man. These look
yeah.
I was actually shocked because they're only like $400, and I think that they make the rear end look like way better.
Yeah, it's like a.
Do you have the old ones here?
Yeah, so they're in my other garage. You don't want to see them.
I'll throw a picture up right here of what the original ones look like. But yeah, these look way sicker. And they're like shadow line, right? They're like tinted.
That's all OEM. That's the European style. It's like they call them black line, but they're all like basic. It looks like a tint over it, but it's not. It's just really good looking overall, in my opinion.
And then obviously you got the arcade, so you did a stud conversion kit.
Yeah, all that. So when I put the wheels on, we did stud conversion, the floating caps, and the stud conversion. It took me a while to get kind of into that, but I think they look good. And I did go out with the bigger studs. They could do 20mm spacers. One, because I could use spacers. Two, because they look good. I like the way they stick out.
They're just easier to work with.
Absolutely,
it's like a must-have for these BMWs.
Yeah, because the one problem with not having studs is they always beat up your brakes if they fall off.
Yeah.
If your wheel falls before you can get it, it's
Right.
gonna beat the crap out of you.
Yeah.
And these are 6-piston brakes in the front, twin pistons in the,
Dude,
in the
I
rear.
could not believe that.
So
That's crazy.
you don't want to beat up on these
I was
brakes.
surprised I didn't know that, but look at these brakes. They look so good. 6-piston up front. You said 2 in back?
Yes. So they're basically, you can't really go past 6 unless you're at a Porsche.
Yeah. I mean, these look really good for a stock car.
Stock
That's surprising.
car, yeah.
And not an M car.
Not an M car. It is
not
an M Sport. It got the
Yeah.
whole M package, but it's not an M car.
Yeah.
And so far, man, I've been loving it. It's like zippy. It's like a little go-kart.
Yeah.
I'm sure you know for your M2. And they're just really fun. And so, like I said, it's becoming. I wasn't in love with it, but I'm starting to fall in love with it. It's one of those things. So.
What about performance? Have you done anything to it in terms of engine yet?
Yeah, so right now we just got downpipes. The exhaust came with it. It's called like a Remus exhaust.
Yeah.
A guy from your group told me actually.
It's actually
I had no idea.
that's a nice exhaust.
Yeah, so it's not a bad exhaust. It has a good note.
Mm-hmm.
And downpipes, I did put an intercooler on it. However, the intercooler was faulty.
Yeah.
It was leaking. So I threw that one away. They refunded me and I bought a new one, which will be another video soon.
How about this one right here? So who makes this one?
So this is actually a G+, which is actually a pretty good company for intercoolers and other parts. But this is a full 2-step, 7-inch intercooler, which is going to do exactly what we need it to do.
Nice. Oh yeah, and he's got some carbon bits over here that he's doing, filters, stuff like that. So he's well on his way to working on this thing, and obviously there's gonna be a lot more. If you guys have seen any of his builds, he kind of goes crazy on them.
Yeah, and the car is not perfect. It's got a little blemish here that we're gonna fix. It's got a couple dents that John's buddy's gonna help me out with.
Yeah.
And then besides that, though, she's in really good condition for an 09 with 100,000 miles.
For the mileage and the age, like this is actually in really good condition. The fact that you got this for 10 grand,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Yeah, this one's
that's
18
insane.
plus right now. For the
Yeah, these are
mileage.
going for. I would have pounced on that for sure.
Yeah. So like I said, I honestly thought the guy was gonna sell from under me. He even told me there's guys that offered him more money after it was just pending. So yeah, but I'm really stoked about it. The interior is like a light gray, which I'm not in love with. However, I am getting, once I get the carbon in there and the interior bits, I feel like I'll like it more.
For sure.
And plus, these things they part out all the time. I can get a coral, I can get black,
switch it up so easily.
I can get it up really easy. So coral is my end goal, and black to me is a really good second because black is just classic. You can't go wrong, right? So.
Yeah, so it looks really good, man. I've for a while now, I've been kind of like obsessing over these cars. I don't know, I haven't pulled the trigger because I've had so many other projects going on, and the prices of these cars have been so crazy inflated. But CES is always working on N54s. We're doing like big single kits. Obviously, you can upgrade the twins as well, but these cars just make really good power. They're super agile, light, and I feel like it would be reminiscent of the M2 that I had, the way that it like handles and the power puts down from the N55. Yeah, well, exactly. Yeah, when we go for a ride. So you got the automatic in this one.
Yeah,
so you want to tell them why you got the automatic?
A couple of reasons. One is because I have a Tremec T56 Magnum with every possible thing you could put on it on my other car. And 2 is because my wife can drive this car. Yeah, I can teach her how to drive stick, but I don't want to burn out clutches doing that. So the real reason is wife wants to drive it as well, and also I do as a daily. It's more functional for me. I could just do other crap while I'm doing that. But I'm going DCT in this car. That's for sure. Yeah. So this is a pretty good transmission. You'll see.
Wait, so what trans is in it right now?
This is the 6-speed auto that they used to make in the N54s. It's actually really responsive. People just keep this transmission and go fast. But I don't know if you know Johnny, his 135 is really quick with this transmission. However, I heard he's having some issues getting into some power levels with that transmission. So DCT is going to be the way to go, especially if you go to, let's say if this is a 600 horsepower daily where it acts like a regular car, that's my goal. Yeah. That way my wife can drive it just like my other car, my F30. She could drive it and she never even knew it had power unless she wanted to find out it had power. And the DCT is just a better all-around transmission. It's going to allow him to handle more power, and obviously the shifting is going to feel a lot better. So I'm excited to see that. I've just got a lot of plans for it. Literally, he just got the car, so we've been like kind of talking about it back and forth. But yeah, let's go for a ride, man. I've never driven one of these. I'm looking forward to it, and
shit, I might buy one soon. You never know.
And just for the record, I put the R1 rotors all around, so it's got the drilled and slotted rotors.
Oh, that's
with
right.
The black hats, just because they look so much better.
Yeah, it looks so good with the brakes. I mean, it was like a no-brainer. Also, Chris's garage is just, I don't know if you guys remember this garage. It's absolute goals. It's he's got heat, AC. He's got a lift in here. He's got space. He's got his workout environment over here. I wouldn't leave. I would not leave this garage. It's like everything you need.
I hang in here a lot.
Yeah, I bet you do. All right, man, let's go for a ride. This thing's gonna be sick. Yeah, it sounds good. All right, so first impressions. Damn, dude, your road is fucked.
They're gonna repave it soon.
You said stock suspension, right?
Yeah, and it's actually pretty responsive even for stock.
Yeah, it's actually not bad. Like I was gonna say, it's pretty firm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the size is definitely, this definitely reminds me of the M2. The way that it feels, the way that it handles too is actually, it's actually pretty good just for being stock.
Yeah.
It's not bad at all. Do you like smaller cars over like larger
So
cars?
honestly, I wasn't ever a fan of small cars. When I rode in your M2 and in your Supra, I was like, it's snuggy, you
Those
know?
are small, dude. The
Yeah.
Supra is small.
Yeah, the Supra is small, and you kind of it is small. So,
Yeah.
but I'm getting used to it, and it's a lot easier to clean. You don't have 4-door jams. You
It's
don't
so
have,
much
it's
easier.
so yeah.
Like the 340 takes forever, and the E36 is like really quick.
Yeah, yeah. So and nobody goes in the back seats, you know. So yeah. I mean, overall, like I said, it's one of those things where you fall in love more and more, you know, as you go.
So what do you think this thing's making in terms of power right now?
Well,
I don't know
according
much
to
about it
MHD,
before.
the 93 octane plus is like right at 400, a little bit over 400.
A little car like this.
Yeah, and then of course, like, you know, I'll get it to like 600 comfortable.
Yeah.
To where I'm not overdoing anything. People run 700 plus on these all the time, but I'm not in the mood to spin bearings or anything like that. I just want to keep it OEM plus, you know. So it's a little bit of extra.
Is this different?
It's weird how this. It's
weird.
Yeah. It took me a while to get used to.
So you can push forward on either paddle and it'll downshift, and then you pull it to upshift.
Yeah, both paddles do the same thing.
This thing's sick, dude. I can imagine this with like 600. You know what I'm saying? Like 600 wheel, this thing would be mental.
Yeah, because they are fairly light for BMWs.
Yeah.
I mean, which, you know what's crazy? My IS is still 300 pounds lighter than this.
Dude, even at 400 though, this thing is very responsive.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I'm hardly touching the throttle.
Right.
And this thing rips.
And the intercooler, like I said, faulty, so we're running stock. When I get the other one, way more airflow, we're going to feel stronger than this.
Oh yeah, dude. This thing boogies.
Yeah. And it can stop with 6-piston brakes,
Yeah,
too.
these brakes are nice.
Yeah, for this little guy with just a stage 2 tune and downpipe, she moves, you know.
Yeah, it really does. I'd be really curious to feel a single in this.
Oh, it would rock. It would be a little laggy, but it depends on the size of the single.
Right, and the way that you tune it. I see what you mean with the transmission deal.
She's pretty quick.
It's not bad. Like a DCT would be a lot better though.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is like a dumbed down version of a ZF.
Yeah.
This
is probably like
it's
early,
like a lazy version of a ZF.
Yeah,
that's kind of what it feels like.
ZF's like grandma's. So.
This thing's tiny, dude. You can just feel it. If you gutted this thing, it would haul ass.
Yeah.
You can just feel how lightweight it is. Like, weight is everything. When it comes to the cars that you're making fast, power to weight is fucking everything.
Absolutely.
And this thing, gutted with a big single, would be pretty petrifying. Tons of fun. Two things that I realized driving the car. One, I can imagine with the right parts and the right tune, and these things are going to be fast and a lot of fun to drive and borderline scary. Also, I think I would have to drive a manual to see how it feels. I think that this is going to be a lot better when you put the DCT in it.
Yes.
I think like it's going to be years better.
Yeah.
The transmission's a little slow. It's a little like lazy in my opinion, but it still feels really good. The bones are good. Chris has another car. As you guys know, he has an IS300 that's batshit fucking crazy, and we're going to get in that car and go drive that and hopefully not soil ourselves.
Let's do it.
This thing is crazy. Pull it up a little bit for me.
This car is one of those cars that never, if you don't respect it,
yeah, it's gonna fuck you.
Yeah, that's why I'm gonna have a half cage. The problem with a full cage is if you ever get T-boned, you're dead. I mean, you'll slam the cage.
Right.
So a half cage just for safety purposes. All right. So we're going up here. So right now we got different boost levels. My tuner is slowly releasing me 40 psi, but right now we got anywhere. This is what I drive around with. So I can go 18. And I just, as you guys see, they just keep kicking up. We're going to go level 7 here.
31 pounds of boost.
And the thing is, like, it's fully flexed, as everything will adjust accordingly.
Yeah.
Oil pressure is 95 just sitting still, which is crazy.
Oh my god, dude.
They squeal right, like just like BMWs.
Yeah,
until you
when they're cold. Yeah, mine do that shit too. My E36 does that. Hold on, buddies. I drove this car and it's not easy to drive. Like it takes a lot of getting used to.
You get used to it though.
Yeah, you get used to it, but like the clutch is way different than most cars that I've driven. It's very, very hard.
It's a Tilton 246, which is basically one of the best clutches you can get. So with the carbon shaft, with the Tilton clutch, everything, you're looking at $11,000 for this with the brand new Tremec. So this is a brand new ZR1 Corvette transmission.
Yeah.
So there's no mileage on this transmission.
Oh my god.
So all together, everything all said and done is right around 11.
That's crazy.
Smells like a spaceship.
Yeah.
When they get on gas, there's no more exhaust.
It's like the anticipation is.
Yeah, I'm gonna let it warm up and get to a road we can actually.
Yeah, for sure. This thing's wild. Second gear pull. Oh my god! No traction.
No, well,
all
tires
spin.
have no heat in them.
Yeah, they have no heat
That
in
was the haze.
Dude, that is ridiculous. Was that the anti-lag?
The prior popping. Yeah. Anti-lag sounds different in this car.
So this is like 1,000 horsepower right now. Holy shit, dude. Dude, no way.
And she's not releasing power yet because she's not the
way.
temperature. That's like 80%.
That is ridiculous.
Let's do a proper anti-lag pull.
This is the fastest car I've ever been in. Dude, 1,000 horsepower in a car like this on the street is a lot of fucking power. Like, I don't know where the majority of people would even use that power on the street.
Right.
You know?
The thing is that, like, nobody really realizes what 1,000 horsepower feels like until you feel it.
It's insane.
It goes through your body.
Yeah, I have goosebumps. Like that shit is fucking scary. Holy shit!
It like I said, this is the only car that humbles me, and it puts me in my place every day.
Yeah, I believe it, bro. I believe it. I feel like I would probably die if I owned this car.
You know, and that is something that I think about. Is like I got kids, and this is getting a cage.
Yeah,
this is gonna see the track. 100%. If you want to road race me, go F off, because I'm not
this is not a street car, man. This is a fucking race car.
So it's a bored over 86.5 millimeter piston, so it's a bigger liter, bigger displacement. It's fully forged. We're talking every component in the motor is forged. We're talking main studs that are thicker than you can, basically all real street main studs. We got Manly turbo tough rods and Manly pistons that are all coated. So this car could potentially make 15 to 1600 horsepower without, you know, breaking a sweat.
And you're going to a bigger turbo.
And we're going to go to a little bit bigger of a turbo. It's going to be a little laggier, but if you feel the anti-lag, especially at high RPM, it won't matter. We'll build boost fast. But this car really starts shining when on the top side. Like when Jared raced at Z-Max, he half-tracked every car there. So all the cars were beating him half-track, and at the second half of the track, he passed them like they were standing still. So
yeah, I mean, when you started getting to the top of the third gear, that was when it got fucking scary. It's so violent.
I feel like you're about to take off.
Yeah, it's so violent, bro. I've never felt anything like that in any car. That's fucking insane.
Fourth gear is scary. We haven't done
I don't know that I would even want to feel fourth gear, bro. Like third gear is fucking scary as shit.
Yeah, we're running
like once you start getting up there, it's like like you start grabbing shit and clenching down.
It redlines at 8,000 and the you never feel a power curve. You never feel it drop. It just
It just goes.
Because there's people that make 90 something 100 RPM on these motors, but you do lose power curve at some point, so you don't really want to keep it in unless you're in a power.
Yeah, this thing, dude. Like he said, this is a car that you need to be very careful in, like for sure. In the wrong hands, you'll die.
Right.
100%.
Yeah, it's not an everyday driver. That's why I bought the Beamer.
Yeah.
This is supposed to be 1,000 horsepower daily car.
It's actually really funny going from that to this. Like.
Yeah, we just probably wasted 5 gallons of gas right there. I'm not even exaggerating.
We've been driving for like 10 minutes.
Yeah. Easy, that much gas.
It's like 4 pulls, you know? Jesus, man. This thing's sick. That's insane, man. Such a crazy car.
Your turbo's still spooling.
Oh, dude, look at the size of that fucking thing. That's like the size of my head.
Did I tell you about Cars and Coffee? The kid walked up to me, he said, your turbo's still spooling, your car's off. I'm like, that's just called twin fucking ball bearing turbo.
Dude, this thing is, and also look at how freaking clean this is.
It's getting there. I'm gonna get it even better.
Like the whole install kit, everything you did is really well done.
Here, and I can sand that foam off and
like this is like when I talk about like cleanliness and like wires and colors and just keeping it nice and clean and simple. This is how I would eventually like the E36 to look. Very, very like well done.
Well, I appreciate that because I feel like there's a lot left.
Nah, bro, this thing looks so good in my opinion. This thing looks awesome, and you have all really good fittings and everything. Yeah, this thing was done proper, man. Done proper. All right. Well, that was a pretty awesome experience. For sure, fastest car I've ever been in, hands down, no question. I actually want to do it again when we find like a safer way to do it.
Yeah, with more boost.
Yeah, more boost than maybe on a track.
That's not even all she's got. So.
Yeah, I'd like to feel fourth gear in this thing. Anyways, Chris, I appreciate you letting me come out here and you know have some fun with your cars. It's always a pleasure. And you guys, make sure you go subscribe to his channel down below. He's always building some wild shit, clearly. But yeah, we're gonna end this one off. If you guys are interested in buying any merch, we'll have a link down below. But I appreciate you guys. Love you. I'll see you in the next one.